from one of the smallest districts of Tripura, a very small village. I think the population of my village is about 1,000 people. Today's training session, my session for today is about skills. So many of you might be thinking, what is skills? Why do you need skills? Many of you may have come from a very professional background. Many of you might be a doctor. Many of you might be a professor. Many of you may be holding PhD degrees. But one thing I want to remind you is that every profession requires a special set of skills. So the reason I'm here today is to share you the skills that I learned from this journey in Indus Viva. Our journey to become a champion starts now. This may not sound like a very technical skill. The first point that I have today, it's how to make a decision and the importance of making a decision to go all in. All of you in this room are star 1000 and above. Some of you are PAL executive like we have seen earlier today. Some of you are Ruby executives. And all of you might think, I have already made a decision to go all in. The reason I succeed, one very important thing that sets me apart from the rest of the people I started this business with is I made the decision to go all in very early in my business. I finished my master's degree in sociology from Northeastern Hill University, which is in Shillong. After finishing my master's degree, till date, I have not even gone back to the university to collect my past certificates. When I start my business, many of my teammates, the people I start the business with, are my classmates from the WHO because they are the only few people I know. So I would say 99.9% of the people I started with are not in the business anymore. So what sets me apart? What makes me different from the 99.9% of the people I started with? I think it's a very simple fact. It's not that I'm more brilliant than them. It's not that I'm more highly educated than them. It's not that I'm more talented than them. The only difference between them and me is that I burn all the bridges and I make a decision to go all in from the very beginning. They started the business with me, but then when in times of difficulty, everything is smooth when the going is good. Like no one make a decision to quit or no one quit when the going is good. But then the real test, the real challenge comes when the going gets tough. So when all of you, I don't want to make you very, very optimistic and tell you that you won't face any challenges or problems in this business. You will definitely face problems and challenges in this business. But the thing that will determine your success is how you overcome the challenges. So when challenges arrive in our business, most of the people I started with started going back to plan B because they have plan B. Their educational qualifications, certificates were ready in the table. Whenever they face a problem in the business, they will go back to those qualifications and start applying for a job. So one thing I learned very early is that if you have plan B, it will never work. One very definite factor that determined my success is I don't have plan B, I don't have option B. I'm going all in. Like I told you before, I come from a very small village in Tripura. I moved to Mizoram only to start my business. My father wanted me to become want me to appear for the civil service examinations, want me to go to Delhi for the IS coaching and all. And we are not in a very good terms even with my parents. I think most of the youngsters will understand. The people sitting in front, I think you'll understand. When you make a decision to start a network marketing company, I think you will face some kind of objections from your family members or from your relatives and all. So it was very difficult in the beginning because they want us to get a job. Our parents always want the best thing for us, so definitely they will point us to a direction which they know best. So it's not that they don't want something good for us or anything like that. It's just that getting a good job is the only thing they know. So that was one of the challenges that I faced. And in times of difficulty, if I quit and go back to my village, I very, very clearly know that I will be the laughing stock of the whole village. So there was no plan B, there was no going back. Even when it was very, very difficult, there was no going back at all. So that decision, I think, is very important. Whether you make this decision or not, the real test will come when you face difficulty in the business. People who doesn't make a decision to go all in will definitely quit. And once you make this decision, it will take you a very long way. I think it is one of the most important ingredients for success in this business. One lesson I learned very early in life is the importance to go all in is that not related to business. Growing up in a very small village, life in the young days was always rough and tough. So one thing we always admire are the commandos. We want to become commandos. So my elder brother Zoa and his best friend from village, they used to train us, our diamond executive, Mr. Zoa. They are our trainers so that we can become commandos. We have a big pond in the middle of our village. It's very deep. It's around 20 feet deep, I think so. So when we were small kids, Zoa and his friend used to tell us, if you want to become a commando, you have to learn how to swim. So what they used to tell us to do is, they used to throw us into that pond. And we'll try to breathe as much as possible, and we'll try to swim as hard as possible because we don't know how to swim. If we don't swim, we are going to drown. So that's how all our age group, all our friends become very good swimmers because we just dive in and swim. And only a few years back, I realized our best trainers, Zoa and his friend, doesn't even know how to swim till date. Sometimes you just have to trust and just dive in also. So that is one of a very important decision you have to make early in life. So what does it make? What are the points required to go all in? I think the first important step is to have a very strong commitment. I think in your NDO programs and all of us will be hearing about the importance of commitment and all. Like I said, it's not some special talents or some special skills that take me from point A to point B in this business. It's because of the commitment that I made in my early days in the business. I made a commitment to myself that until and unless I go home with a car of my own, I'll never go back home to my village, even to see my parents or to attend any important family programs and all. So it was not very easy in the initial days of my business. And it took me 3 years. It's not that Aizawl to Tripura, I think it's around 200 kilometers, something like that. So it's not very difficult. But then if I go home whenever I like, my desire to succeed will not be strong enough. So I made a decision that if I cannot go home with a car of my own, I'll never go back home to meet my parents or to attend any important family programs. Only after I bought an XUV 500, actually before buying that car, I never drive a SUV. I never drive a car of that size. I drive only small cars, 5-seaters and all. And the roads in Mizoram are very small and narrow, and it's very difficult. The feeling that I had once I reached home with that car, I think only experiencing it will be able to describe it. I don't know how to tell it because after 3 years going back home with your own car, parking the car in front of my home, my tears fell by the time I entered my village. So I think that feeling itself is worth making that commitment. So make a very strong commitment from the very beginning. And the second point is taking ownership. Taking ownership means taking ownership of your team and your business. I think this is also very important. Especially people coming from maybe northeast or far off places and all. You'll definitely face some challenges because of the geographical nature of our hometowns and all. There are always challenges, product delivery issues, some information-related, communication-related problems are also coming up every day. So there, to be successful, it is very, very important to take ownership of your business. Feel that your team is your business. It is your responsibility as a leader, as a star 1000, attending this program and having a team. It is your responsibility to take care of your team and your business. many people may think that you're taking care of your own business, but the thing is that be available in your business all the time. Friday night, if your downlines cannot call you or communicate with you, your business might collapse. You may think that it is only the problem of that downline, but then in the end of the day, it is your business. So take ownership of your business and your team. Take responsibility as a leader. And the third point is consistency. Consistency is one of the most important skills that you have to master, and that too very, very early when you start your business. I've seen, during this journey in this business, I have seen many so-called leaders starting the business with big words, making big commitments, but after 1 week or 1 month, no more commitment, there is no more consistency. And even in difficult times, tough times, easy times, what will make you through, what will take you to the next level is the level of consistency that you have. And the fourth point is trust. I think many of you had heard the saying that relationships are more important than business. I think many of you have heard in this business many times, and this is very true. Building relationships is the key to success in this business. Don't treat your downlines as your business partners or some, PV generating machine or something like that. Treat your downlines as your family. If you don't do that, you won't go very far. Normal times, in good times, you may not understand the significance of this point, but when the going gets a little bit tough, in times of difficulty, you will understand the true value of building a relationship with your team. Many of my teammates coming here, many of my, I used to tell, I moved to Mizoram as a guest. I don't know anybody there in Mizoram when I first started, but then now I have hundreds and hundreds of family members. So my Viva family is the family members that I have. The people coming here today, you are my family members. So you are not just my teammates or my business partners, but you are my family members in Viva. So that is the nature of relationship that you have to build. Don't call them just on Friday night asking for PV and all. No, remember their birthdays. It is not difficult. We have a very beautiful Viva diary with the calendars and all. Mark it down. It's not very difficult to remember the birthdays and special occasions of your downlines. Your relationships, the relationship and the bond that you have with your downlines and your team members will always take you through those tough times. So never forget to build relationships. The person sitting next to you, the person with whom you come for this Stars Summit, he is not just your business partner, he is your friend. In difficult times, you can call him. Maybe you have some problem outside the business, you can call him. So as a leader and as an independent distributor in Das Viva, always remember to build relationships. Relationships are very, very important. So thank you so much. And here comes feeding your subconscious mind. How to feed your subconscious mind? How many of you know what a subconscious mind is? Wow, many of you. How many of you have read the book, The Power of the Subconscious Mind? Wow, great. A true living example of the power of subconscious mind and the law of attraction is this fellow. How many of you in this room knows this fellow? Not much. You people you don't watch fight UFCs much, no? This man, this young fellow, he's just 28 years of age. 5 years back, he lived in a small village in Ireland, in the suburbs of Dublin. So just 5 years back, he's a plumber. A plumber is someone who fixes the pipes and all. 5 years back, he's a plumber. And this is his quote. I have it in my phone all the time, and I read this quote every morning. Can you please read this quote? There is no talent here. This is hard work. This is an obsession. Talent does not exist. We are all equals as human beings. You could be anyone if you put in the time. You will reach the top, and that's that. I am not talented, and I'm obsessed. The last line, always remember, you may not be talented, you may not think that you are talented, but be obsessed, and you'll still be very, very successful. Conor McGregor grew up in a very poor family. He cannot even feed his family or feed himself. So in Ireland, there is a scheme called this Social Security, which they used to give to poor people. So $188 was the Social Security amount. So he lived on $188 each month. So that was the earnings of Conor McGregor 5 years back. But even before the world knows him, even before he was successful, Conor McGregor, and by the way, guys, if you want to dress beautiful, just look at Conor McGregor's clothes. Before Conor McGregor was successful, he said these very famous words, and the world laughed at him. I will be the best fighter the UFC have ever seen. UFC is a fighting match where in India also we have this Super Fight League, SFL, where you can kick, you can do anything, you can wrestle. It's a very tough fight game. So he said, I will be the best fighter the UFC have ever seen. I will win 2 championship belts in 2 weight divisions. And the thing is that no one in the world has ever won 2 championship belts in 2 weight divisions in the same time. I will be paid $100 million for a single fight, and my name will be remembered long after I'm gone. He said these famous words. So the world laughed at him. Obviously, the world have to laugh at him because he was a plumber. He was a plumber just fighting in the streets of Ireland. His girlfriend worked so hard to give him the right nutrition so that he continue to fight. His girlfriend's name is Dee Devlin. It's a very inspirational love story also. This is Conor McGregor today. 5 years ago, he was not even earning, he was getting $188 a month in the form of Social Security. But during his time, when Conor McGregor started his journey in the UFC, started his fights in the UFC, the highest paid UFC athlete was not even earning $1 million a fight. But now Conor McGregor is earning around $25 million per fight. Still then, his declaration that he's going to earn $100 million a fight was still very far off. And it's not possible in the UFC. But he said the same words, he told himself the same words every day. He put it in his subconscious mind every day. And just last year, I think you remember the greatest fight of all time between Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather. He was paid in just 30 minutes of fight in a boxing match. He was paid, it was not officially declared, but he was paid no less than $120 million for 30 minutes fight. Who would have believed a guy like Conor McGregor getting $188 a month just by the power of hard work and putting the same words again and again in his mind every day will be able to make it this big. Now he's one of the highest paid athlete in the Forbes list. I think he's the second highest maybe. And another example of feeding your subconscious mind. These are 2 of my heroes. Anybody know this fellow? Who is he? Yes, you're right. As you think, so shall you become. His name was not Bruce Lee. His real name was Lee Jun Fan. Later on, when he started acting, he changed it to Bruce Lee. So his real name is Lee Jun Fan. So he said this famous word, as you think, so shall you become. Can we go to the next slide, please? So here, I saved this quote in my notes in my phone. And I used to read it every morning and night. Can you, if you can please read it. My definite chief aim, he said. This was before Bruce Lee became famous. This was before he was a nobody. I, Bruce Lee, will be the first highest paid Oriental superstar in the United States. In return, I will give the most exciting performance and render the best of quality in the capacity of an actor. Starting 1970, I will achieve world fame. And from then on, and from then onward, till the end of 1980, I will have in my possession $10 million. I will live the way I please and achieve inner harmony and happiness. Bruce Lee signed January 1969. This was before he was successful. Very powerful quotes. How many of you feel the power of these quotes? Can you see any word in this statement saying that I shall be the first? Nothing, right? You know, when people ask you to share your dreams, people might ask you, please tell me your dreams. And I used to tell myself and I used to tell my friends that you don't tell your dreams, you declare your dreams. Dreams have to be declared. Just say, I declare my dreams. The English word tell is too soft a word. You know, if you just tell your dreams, you'll not go very far. You have to declare your dreams. They don't say, you know, telling the independence or something like that. The declaration of independence. Just think of the word. Declare. The declaration of independence is a whole new level altogether. So declare your dreams. You know, many of my friends laugh at me during that time because, you know, opportunities are very limited in Northeast. And there is no other opportunity when you can make the amount of money that you can make in Indus Viva. So I was around 25 that time, I think so. And even if I get the best government job possible, if you add up my salary, there was no way I can become a crorepati before the age of 30. And I declared that I will become a crorepati before the age of 30. But then I don't know how I'm going to become a crorepati before the age of 30 during that time. You know, you can never know looking it forward, but when you look backwards, you'll be able to understand very clearly. So just declare. I just declared during that time. I don't know the steps that I have to take. I don't know the process of becoming a crorepati, but then it took me just 2 or 3 years to reach the level of crorepati in Indus Viva. And by the age of 27, before reaching 27, I was already a crorepati. So that, my friends, is the power of feeding your subconscious mind. You know, you may think that some things like this are just, you know, written in books or something like that, but it's not just written in books. These are for real. Feeding your subconscious mind is for real. So, looking back at Bruce Lee, but I want you people to know one very important points from these statements. I hope you get the importance of this statement. Bruce Lee will be the first highest paid Oriental star in the United States. That much all of us can do, right? We can all declare that much. But the second sentence, please make a note of the second sentence. This is the most important thing. In return, I will give the most exciting performance and render the best of quality in the capacity of an actor. That, my friends, is the difference. The first statement is just a wish. The second statement is a declaration. If you want to become a diamond, don't just say, I, Mr. Zoa, will be a diamond executive by 2020. That much is just a wish. But what will you do in return for your dreams or your goals? That is the difference. You know, the difference is in return. What will you give in return for your goals? In return, I will give the most exciting performance. There you change it to, in return for my dreams in Indus Viva, I will I will give the highest work as possible. I'll give my whole dedication as possible, something like that. It must add up. What are you willing to do to achieve this dream? In the second statement, in return, I will give the most exciting performance and render the best of quality in the capacity of an actor. What are you willing to do in your capacity as a distributor of Indus Viva? That is going to make a difference. Just wishing will not make a difference. And one thing, Bruce Lee died very early. He died in 1974, if I'm not mistaken. But before Bruce Lee died, he achieved all these things. Don't think about 10 years to become successful. You know the case of Conor McGregor. He's worth some 400, 500 million, I think so now. And in the case of Bruce Lee, during their time, $10 million will be a big amount of money. So these people take only 4 or 5 years to reach this level. So with that kind of commitment, with the kind of hard work, and with this kind of desire to succeed, it doesn't take long to be successful. It takes only 3 or 4 years to become successful. So don't tell your dreams to people. Declare a very strong dreams to the people near and dear to you, because if you put your dreams just to yourself, the moment things become a little bit difficult, you'll change your dream, because nobody knows your dream. You may dream of having a Mercedes, but when things become a little bit difficult, weekly commission is not up to the mark, you may change it to a Maruti car or something like that. The moment you declare your dreams to people, the moment you say it loud, you won't have the comfort of retreating from your dreams, because if you retreat from your dreams, people are going to laugh at you. And the fear that people are going to laugh at you will give you the strength to overcome your problems and challenges. So declare your dreams. Can I have the next slide? The most, I think 90% of the ingredients for success is prospecting. So I'm not going to how to meet people, how to talk people and all, because I think S*1000, you all have gone through the NDO programs and all. I think all those are already taught. The details, small details and all, I won't go into that.